A real nice pull over there on the bluey squid bait. Looks like it's dropping back a wee bit. I had a couple of little taps and then a pull down. Yeah, I think we've got something on here, guys. Well, we are in. Got something kicking out there. Hello people, welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to, have a look over there, the big and badass Chesil beach. That's right, we are back on the shingle, and getting towards the end of January now. I know fishing hasn't been super great here of late, but there's always, as we all know, a chance of catching anything. So we're going to be edging our bets. Rumbling on in the background, however, aside from the rumbling surf, is a little bit of a mission that I'm on today. So we're getting towards the end of the 4 species competition that's being run by Southwest Sea Baits. I'm in the running, in contention for placing and getting into the money. So in order to bump my percentage ratio up, I need to catch myself a round fish, either cod, conger or pouting, of specimen weight, and that's going to push me right up into about 4th spot by my reckoning at this moment in time. So I'm here targeting, and it's a bit anti-fishing, I know, but I'm here targeting a specimen pouting. I'm fishing one rod on a 2-hook flapper, and I'm going to be fishing worm squid baits, trying for that big pouting. On the other rod, of course, I'm going to be fishing big baits. It's high water at the moment. As I start the ebb and fish down, I'm going to be fishing fishy bait for about the next 3 hours while there's water out there. And then as it starts to slacken off, I'm going to switch over and be more fishing cod baits on my big rod. I've got worms for the other rod, rag and blacks. I've also got squid, I've got sardine, and so I've got a nice mixture of medley. I've got some bluey as well. As I say, fish baits for the moment. Down as the water gets lower, when the cod are going to be having a feed, if they are, and the water's quite clear, but the beauty is low water is 5 o'clock this evening, and with sunset about 4:30, 5 o'clock, it's going to be right over darkness. I'm fishing low water, so I'm going to fish it probably about 2 or 3 hours after low water, which is prime time, as we all know, to catch a cod if we're going to get one. So all of that sort of slack water period, I'm going to be banging out cod baits. I'm hoping to get myself, even in the day, although I think it's going to be pretty slow through the day, I'm hoping to get myself that big pouting early doors if I can, weigh it in, and then stick both rods out on big baits, because I don't want to be fishing on a rod on a scratching rig all day if I can help it. But if I have to, I will do. And that's about the size of it. I'm a man with a plan. It doesn't pay you at all not to have a plan and working with the tides and whatnot. But hopefully, while the water's just starting to ebb and we've got some water out there, with these clearer water conditions, you never know, I might pick up a ray. I've got fish baits out there on the big rod. I'm just keep looking up because both rods are out, incidentally. I've got the up and over rig on the big rod, size 5/0s, and on the smaller scratching rig, I've got size 2/0s, 2-hook clip down rig. So I'll show you the rigs anyway. But that's what we're doing. Sit back and enjoy. Fingers crossed again we can get into a few rod benders, and fingers crossed we can get this specimen out in early doors so we can really target some better fish. Here we go. We're putting half a sardine bait out. That'll do. Just hold that up and let that sink down now. It's quite deep out there. Look, you can see it's going down, 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 bang, tip bottom there. Just wind up any slack and mend the line. Put the clicker on. Because with a fish bait, you never know if you get a big ray come and pick it up. You'll be losing your rods otherwise. And into the rod rest. There we go. Well, I've just popped out this right arm rod with the half sardine, and no sooner has it gone out, it's settled down, and I've just had a little small pull down on it. Not sure what sort of a bite it was. Looks almost like a doggy bite if I'm honest, but we'll take anything at the moment because I've had 2 casts now and not a knot. Just waiting to see if anything else transpires from it. And that is going over again there. Right, we're just going to have a little hold of the rod here, guys. Go and step out in the firing line. Definitely a couple of little tweaks again. Very subtle little bite. Of course, what I'm hoping for is the big ass blonde ray just sat on top of it, scoffing the bait down, ready to fly off with it. That'll be perfect. But in reality, it's probably a pesky little doggy picking it up, mouthing it and gobbing it back out again, like we've seen on the underwater footage so many times. There's another little bit of action happening there. I'm going to bend into it, and we'll just see if there's something on there. Well, we are in. Definitely got some weight there. I'm not going to make a call on it, but it isn't doing much pulling, so you can make your own judgment on that as to what we've got. Just coming up the ledge now. Got a lot of depth out there. Swirling away is Mr. Dogfish, I should think. Oh, coming in with this last wave. There we go. It is a doggy. There, look, he's hooked right down. There's the helicopter going over there. That's the rescue helicopter. Just had a real nice pull over there on the bluey squid bait. Looks like it's dropping back a wee bit. I had a couple of little taps and then a pull down. Yeah, I think we've got something on here, guys. Well, we are in. Got something kicking out there. It was wriggling and kicking. Gave me a nice bite. It's kicking away in there in the surf. Left to right, left to right. What do we have? Is it another dogfish? Probably so. It's a cod. Oh, well, it was kicking away, and I called doggy right at the end, and what a mistake to make her, because it was kicking away nicely, and it gave me a pretty typical cod-like fight, if I'm honest. Lovely job. And there we are. That was on a bluey squid wrap there, but I get so used to catching doggies that you start second guessing everything you catch. But with hindsight, it really was a cod style fight, giving me a few nods. There we go, another plump little Chesil codling. Absolutely gut filled to the brim with crabs, I should think. Probably about £2. It was really deeply hooked. If I'm honest, I would have probably chucked this one back, just because I'm here for a bit of a longer session and I've got all the business of getting back on that with the box. But he was so deeply hooked, I will keep him. Happy days, people. Let's hope we can get a real lunker today. I'm going to stick some cod baits out soon, proper cod baits, and try to catch myself a biggie. But there you go. Right, for those of you who want to see the rig that's done the damage so far for the codling, it's the simple up and over. As you can see there, nice running lead, and got a link clip there, a hook clip, a hook length clip even, and it runs down with a snood of about 5 feet of 60-pound Sakuma. And then I've got bait wise, this time I'm flicking out a wrap of black lug and squid. This one simply, we've seen it all before, but I'll show you it once again, just for those who haven't seen any of the older videos. And incidentally, there's a real catalogue of old videos, guys. Let me put this up a little bit. There's a real catalogue of old video, guys, and if you care to have a look through, there's some really interesting stuff on there. Now, the hook goes into the breakaway lead clip there, and you can see it goes all the way up. The hook snood runs along the rig body to this upturned rig clip, and then runs all the way back down again to clip into it. Once it hits the water, it all comes out. You've got a big long flowing trace in the water. Hey presto. Right, this is how I bait up my squid and black lug wraps. It's quite simple. Take yourself one squid, thread it up your hook. I've got a pair of 5.0 Sakuma Manta Extra hooks here going on. I always thread it up to just below the head, and then I'll take the pennel, slide the pennel hook down, and give it a wrap around a couple of times and face the hook quite often out of the opposite way that the first hook's going in, so you see you've got that sort of setup going on. I then take one black lug. These are frozen blacks, but if I could get fresh then happy days, but frozen blacks do work. And then what you'll see is you've got sort of the head and an overhang of worm there. I've just literally folded it all back on itself, so you've got like a big parcel. Now if I grab my elastic cotton, this is crucial, you need your cotton, and just give it now a full bore wrap around. Keep wrapping it up. Wrap, 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 wrap. There we go. Make sure that it's all nice and smart and aerodynamic, and also making sure that there's hooks showing, so when something grabs hold of it, they're going to get pranged with your hooks and it's not buried in the bait. And there you have it, guys. That there, very quickly and straightforward, is my black lug and squid wrap. I always fold that head section over and make the point section of the bait a little heavier, so when you put it on your clip down, if you have it back heavy, when you put it on the clip down, what you'll find is that it bows it out like this and it makes the whole thing spin a lot in the air. If you have it top heavy, it pulls it streamlined up against the lead clip with the hook and the heavy weight at the bottom, and then it holds it all nice and firm when you cast out. And you can see there, that's ready to bosh out, and that will just keep releasing scent in the water, hopefully for another cod to come along and just snap all that up. Right, so we've had a look at the bigger bait rods, the up and over. We're fully familiar with that. Variations of fish baits and squid and black lug. Now, this here is the scratching rig that I'm going to be targeting these pouting on. Not really the conditions at the moment. Bright sunshine. I've put it out for a little while and not had one knock on it so far. So I'm waiting until it gets a little bit more dusky dark and then I'll start using it. As it is, I've got 2 big baits out now fishing on the 2 rods. But I'll quickly run you through this rig anyway. It's a 2-hook clip down. That's the top hook there, you can see. So it's on 80-pound rig body. And I've got a little, that's the top hook, clipped into a cascade swivel. If I can just show you the cascade swivel, it's not going to be easy. There you go, it's upside down, but that's a cascade swivel. So what we've got is the lead with a lead clip, and then we've got the first snood hooked in, and that's tied to a cascade swivel, crimped on. As you pull the first snood tight, it pulls the cascade swivel down, and the cascade swivel has got a little hook on it what hooks the second hook in place. So you've got a fully streamlined double hook rig. Now when it hits the water, this little clip here releases, and you'll see what happens when it releases. That will pop out, and then this one simply pops out, and you've got then a nice 2-hook flapper rig when all the bait has been held firm and doesn't blow up because it's been clipped down. Another little thing that I like to do, I'm only fishing single hooks on them. If you have a look there, I've got a little bead at the top of the bait, bit of added attraction, and then at the top of that I've got a little stopper, and that stops your bait from breaking up and sliding all up and down your line. It keeps it congregated around your hook area, and you'll end up then with a much better chance, if when you're casting out, of it all staying exactly where you want, which is round the hook. And then when the fish come along, scoff it along, you've got every chance of hooking them rather than them biting up worms that are down your hook length. And that's it. Simple 2-hook flapper rig. You're all familiar with them, I'm sure, but I thought I'd run you through. And for people that are not that familiar with it, clip down wise, rigs, I always go with clip downs. I always clip all my rigs down. I hate casting out with big baits spinning around in the air. It just, you don't know whether you're snagged. It knocks loads of distance off your casting, and it blows up soft baits like worms big time. So that's what I do. Hopefully that gets me a specimen size pouting, but even more hopefully I get a specimen size cod, and I don't even need to bother about the pouting and the scratching rig, and I'll stay fishing for big fish. So there you go. Check it out, guys. There's base camp. Let's have a little step back and show you a little look of where I am here. There's base camp there. Got the beautiful Chesil beach with miles and miles and miles of shingle, and there my little rods and my setup. We're just about mid-ebb at the moment, so the tide's just flowing up and just ebbing out. Getting to a really good stage of the tide now for some more cod action, fingers crossed. I'm not getting loads of bites. I've literally had that 1 dogfish and 1 cod so far. I've probably been here for about 2 hours now, and I've literally had those 2 bites, that's it. Now, a lot of yous may be disheartened by only having 2 bites in the last 2 hours, but I am actually encouraged by it. I'd rather be sitting out with my baits fishing in the water, offering a chance of one of these cod to come along and grab it, or a proper fish, a ray as well. I won't turn my nose up at a nice ray, that is for certain, but I'd much rather be sitting it, fishing it out, than getting plagued by doggies and nuisance fish every 5 minutes. I really don't want that. What I want is just to sit it out with my baits, let it fish out, and yeah, give something proper a chance to sniff and find your bait. The longer they soak and the more chance you've got of soaking them without getting pecked away with little fish, the more chance you've got of getting a big fish. And look at that, sunshine out there. Oh, it's beautiful. Beautiful January sunshine. It's still quite chilly. My hands are freezing actually. But it's beautiful in that sun. You see all of this undulated section of shingle. The last time I was here, it was pretty much quite a smooth hump there, but that's all been shifted around into some real undulated, sharp peaks. And in fact, as nice as it is now, the forecast is that tomorrow morning, very early doors, like 5 in the morning, we're getting a storm coming in. A couple of bangs on this a short while ago, then nothing else. I'm gonna wind down and see if there was anything that was grabbed hold. No, there's not. And B, just check the bait. And I think also what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna stick the scratcher back out again, because I'm here, as I said earlier in the intro, I really want to try to get a good sized pouting. It sounds funny, but I need one to bump my scores up on my quest for a position in the final standings for the 2-month-long 4-species competition, and that one was smashed. Look, there you go. Now, was that smashed by? Crikey, look, that's been whacked over big time. That's been done nicely there. Now, is that small stuff? I reckon it is. Right, there's a little bite on the scratcher. It's getting a couple of knocks. Yeah, we're going to just wind down and see if we've got something on here, people. Feels like there's maybe a bit of weight there. I have something on. I wonder what I've got. I went with rag and black lug on this one. What do we have? It's a small pouting. We're into something, people, on this scratcher. Don't quite know what it is. It's just coming for that breakaways now. What have we got? It's another little pouting. I've just wound the other 2-hook flapper in, both hooks are bare. I was messing about sorting lights and everything else out. I'm going to wind this one in and see what's going on. And we've got nothing on here. Right, this is the rod that was getting a little bit of a knock earlier. It feels like there might be a bit of weight on there actually. We might just have something on there. Yeah, we do have a peach. It's a pouting. Small pouting. Yeah, it's just run back to me a little bit there. I'm going to just wind down. Right, we're in here, guys. Yeah, we're actually into a proper fish this time. Well, can you believe it? Got some weight there, that's for sure. What do we have on here? It was a very, very, very subtle bite. Very subtle. There's some definite weight there. Down in the surf. There we are. Coming back to the surf now. I don't want to over pull it. Quickly wind it up the beach with the surf. And we have got A doggy. Oh, God. Well, these pesky things, hopefully they don't start happening, because they really do drive you to madness, really. Here you go, folks. A wind double. A little double shot of pelting. I'm sticking out now on the chalk flapper. I've got blacks, mini little squid, and blacks and squid on the 2 hooks. So yeah, no bites at all on rag. So I'm just sticking with a lug squid now. I was getting a couple of really nice plucks on this scratching rod. I've just cast it out, and there's definitely something on there. There's a little bit more weight than the last few fish, although I could be wrong. It's coming in with the tide now. What do we have? I'm hoping we've got a nice... No, we've got a double shot of pouting again. And they're not getting any bigger, guys. They're not getting bigger. Well, we're into something on just pure squid here. Not quite sure what we've got. Probably a dogfish. It's got some weight to it, but not much kick. I'm hoping it's a blimmin' big pouting, but I should be so lucky. Here's a dogfish. Right, folks, that is going to have to be that. I have fished very hard, non-stop all evening in the dark, and I have been through dozens upon dozens upon dozens of pouting, but not one over about 12 ounces. I've caught probably in excess of, I haven't counted, but I reckon anywhere between 30 and 40 pouting. I've had about 3 or 4 double shots of them, but I just can't, or haven't got into any of the better fish, and that's about the size of it. So we leave here with a load of pouting under our belt, that one codling earlier on, and a doggy. Not the greatest session, if I'm all totally honest. Pleased obviously about the codling, and it's only just redeemed the whole session, because other than that it's been an absolute blowout. But still, that's fishing for you, and that is January fishing for you. It's, you know, you never guarantee anything at this time of year with the colder weather, but I've given it a good go for you, and you have seen that one codling anyway, so happy days. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and until next time, ciao for now.